Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. On March 7th, 2016, one of the major news stories was that Maria Sharapova, the women's professional tennis player, had to go before news media and admit that she had failed a drug test in connection to the Australian Open. Failing this drug test means that she will be suspended for a period of time, which is said to begin March 12th, but the length of that suspension has not been disclosed. What I want to show in this video is that this entire story is a hoax. It is part of a spectacle put on by the numbers. And what this spectacle is a tribute to Wimbledon, which Maria Sharapova won at age 17 in 2004. And the date of this news also has a direct connection to the upcoming Wimbledon Tournament, which begins June 27th this year. If you're new to my channel, I am proving beyond any shadow of a doubt that professional sports are rigged, and they're rigged by the numbers. The reason they're rigged in the way that I'm about to expose is because they are controlled worldwide by the same gang, the Freemasons and the Zionists, who operate by this numerological code. They also operate by the code of gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. So if this sounds crazy right now, stay tuned for the next few minutes and you will see that this is true. This is why the story came out March 7th. And this is why these kind of spectacles are always occurring in professional sports, which I am always revealing. It is why I have been able to predict almost every sports championship correctly in the past couple of years. I have figured out the code. This is how news is contrived from the world of sports to what's on the nightly news. So check this out. The announcement came March 7th, 2016. Because it's a leap year, that's the 67th day of the year. Typically, the 67th day of the year is March 8th, which is International Women's Day. Notice that female in Jewish gematria equals 67. This announcement came on the 67th day of the year this year. It's in regards to the Australian Open, which has gematria of 67. That's just the beginning. The drug that she supposedly was using that caused her to fail the test is Meldonium, which is something that speeds up blood circulation. And the reason athletes would want a drug like this is because when you have more blood flowing to your muscles, you can do more with them, from weightlifting to running to tennis and more. Prior to January 1st, 2016, this drug was permitted. It was allowed. But they banned it on January 1st. Her story is that she didn't get the memo, continued to use it. Anyway, this entire story is bogus. It's all coded. This might even be advertising for Meldonium, which is something that's completely banned in the United States. But who knows? Maybe it'll become more popular here in the wake of this story. Don't kid yourselves. Professional sports is largely about marketing products. Think about all the advertisements. Anyhow, Meldonium has this gematria 43. The big way, it also has 106, the number of prophecy. We'll see what happens at Wimbledon, but what we want to focus on here is this 43. The date she failed the drug test was January 26, 2016, a date with 43 numerology. From the date of the announcement, March 7th, to the date of her birthday, April 19th, is a span of 43 days. She'll be turning 29. She won Wimbledon at age 17, 12 years earlier. 12 is the number that represents complete in numerology, having a lot to do with time. 12 times 12 is 144. 144 represents the number time in Jewish gematria. Think about how on a clock there's 12 hours, AM and PM. In a calendar there's 12 months. For a country such as the United States that still use the measuring system we do, 12 inches in a foot. 12 representing complete in numerology. 12 astrology symbols. So anyhow, Wimbledon has this gematria 43, which is Sharapova's claim to fame. She won it at a very young age, 2004, defeating Serena Williams. in a game that I guarantee you was rigged. There's no way that Serena Williams, at the top of her game, was going to lose to this young 17-year-old. I've shown in the past how Serena's upsets have all been rigged. Serena Williams would probably be undefeated in the history of her tennis career if there wasn't rigging. But anyway, Sharapova won it in 2004, 12 years ago. With regards to winning at age 17, here's what's interesting about that. 17 has gematria of 37. She made this announcement on March 7th, 3/7. And 17 in simple English gematria sums to 109. Her birthday is April 19th, the 109th day of the year. As I routinely show, so often sports scripting is connected to the birthdays of the athletes, the coaches, etc. Show this again and again and again. What else is interesting about 17 is that if you add up every number up to 17, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 all the way up to 17, it sums to 153. 153, a special number in the Bible. That's the number of the miraculous catch of fish. 153 is often paired with 42 in this study of gematria, numerology, coding numbers. And what 153 has to do with 42 in this regard is the word female in simple English gematria sums to 42. Above, where we talked about how it equals 67, that's Jewish gematria, interrelated. So winning at 17 as a woman, there's a connection here, 153 and 42. Still got to get to the best part. And here it is, Truth Seeker. Her full name, Yuryevna Sharapova, gematria of 112. From the date of this announcement to the date Wimbledon begins this year is a span of exactly 112 days. Exactly 112 days. This is why I continue to make these videos. I don't know how anyone can watch this information and say it's a coincidence, especially after we must be at example number 1,000 now. You know, all of these major stories always coded out, tributes to history, tributes to what's to come. The script is in, as the commentators often say. All of this is really scripted. Maria Sharapova in simple English gematria sums to 143. That 43 ending stands out. Notice that Maria also has simple English gematria of 42, just like female. Again, one at 17, the 153 connection, the 42 connection. Sharapova also has gematria of 101, matching Russian. She is Russian. And the entire time I've been growing up in this world, they've always had the sex symbol Russian tennis players. Remember, this is the New World Order agenda. So many people in the United States think that Russia's this enemy. It's the same thing. These countries are not sovereign. They serve the same Masonic Zionist masters. They're banker masters. United States of America, United States of Soviet Russia. Think about how the USA and USSR had the space programs, the nuke programs. These countries are the left hand and the right hand of the Masonic Zionist agenda. The divisions are completely false. It's how the powers that be play the people of this world. The whole story is just bogus, you know. She didn't click an email, that's why she didn't know. They just make all this shit up. The whole story is contrived, as I just showed. It's all a tribute to Wimbledon. They say her suspension is going to begin March 12th, 2006, just days away. This is a date with 51 numerology, a number connected to conspiracy, Freemason. Also 312 in numerology, 12 breaks down to 3, kind of like 3-3, the number of Freemason obsession. In the comments, Truth Seeker, I'm going to link this blog post. This one's from Brotherberg, his website extracapsa.wordpress.com. He has a great write-up. He found some things I didn't. He missed the major Wimbledon connections, but he found a lot of really interesting things. He always goes deep into the decoding. This is someone who learned from my channel, and has put his own spin on it, his own touch on it, and has definitely brought something very relevant to the decoding of the language discussion, if you will. So I'll link his post. Please read it. And I also want to close out by showing this video made by a fellow subscriber who learned from this channel and who now puts out his own videos. I'll link this video as well. Please subscribe to his channel. He likes to put some music to it. Check this out. Very interesting presentation. He found some things I didn't as well. Here we go, Truth Seeker.
Five-time Grand Slam tennis champion Maria Sharapova admitted that she tested positive for Meldonium, a drug that was recently banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency.
It's very important for you to understand that for years this medicine was not on WADA's ban list, and I have been legally taking the medicine for the past 10 years.
Meldonium is a drug used to treat heart conditions. It works by increasing blood flow, which in turn improves exercise capacity. It's listed by the WADA under a class of prohibited substances called metabolic modulators. Sharapova said she's been taking the medicine for various health issues since her doctor prescribed it in 2006.
I was getting sick a lot. I was getting flu. Every couple of months I had irregular ECG results, as well as indications of diabetes with a family history of diabetes.
Meldonium was added to the ban list in September and went into effect on January 1st. The drug is produced in Latvia, commonly used in Eastern Europe. Russian cyclist Eduard Borganov also tested positive for Meldonium earlier this year.
I don't believe it!
So there was Dar's video. I'll be sure to link that in the description along with Brother Berg's post. And also, truth seeker, and for those of you who aren't truth seekers, I don't put out these sports videos, to take away from the other work that I do. I do it to show how the whole game is rigged, scripted, from the news to the sports, trying to show the greater web, the greater interconnections, and what it's all about. And for all the people who come to my videos and watch one video and think it's the craziest thing they've ever seen, you got to see more work. I just put out this video on the UFC fight the other day. I don't think, I don't want to put down all UFC fans, but I don't think the average UFC fan is the sharpest tool in the shed. But this is what happens. They come, they find one video they've never seen before, they think it's the craziest thing ever, and they want to come with all these insults: mental illness, schizophrenia, get off your meds, blah, 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 blah. You guys, I'm not crazy. This is how the world of pro sports is scripted. And if you can't see that, it's you who needs the head check, not me. Look at these stats right here. Brutal. So that pretty much sums it up. This coming the day before International Women's Day, the highest paid female athlete. None of this is coincidence. It's all planned out. It's all tributes. It's all sending all sorts of subliminal messages. All right, until next time, Truth Seeker.